everybody. Welcome back to some more live coding. Tonight, we're going to try and tackle a little project I like to call the Android port scanner. If you can't guess what it does, it's going to be an Android app that scans ports. So, let's write up an agenda real quick just to... I was documenting this big list of different ways to make Android apps. Okay, so, Android port scanner. What can we expect tonight to make an Android port scanner? Create a simple but useful port scanner. Package an APK for use. And that's it. We'll see how it goes if we come up with anything else along the way. And I'm still torn between Kotlin and Java, but I'm gonna go with Kotlin unless anybody has any other ideas or really wants to see one or the other. So this is going to be com.devdungeon. Go on an Android port scanner. I'm going to do it like that. Put it in a folder called Android port scanner, and the app name itself is going to be port scanner. No, I'm not going to do that. Kotlin. Minimum API. Let's go with something lower like 4. Okay. Create. All right. It's all done indexing. Our Gradle build is all done. I'm going to minimize that down there into the bottom. And pop open terminal. Everything looks good there. I'm just going to close that. So it defaults us to our main activity layout and the GUI editor for it. So if we look at our project structure, we'll see the Gradle build stuff is all tucked away nicely there. If you want to look at the Gradle, you can open the tab over here in the top right, and you can see all of the different Gradle build tasks, and you can, if you need to run package or build or clean up or whatever, you can do that. So we've got resources. The layouts are the pages, and then our code's going to be in Java under our package name, and main activity Kotlin. So you can see this is our whole main class. And there's one function here called onCreate that's just going to set up a couple things for us, like the navigation on the bottom. And then we have one here on navigation item selected. And this is where you're actually going to do something. In this case, it doesn't do anything except set some text. But we could trigger a new activity or swap out things or do whatever. Can we do it with React Native? Oh no, sorry Shanmuka, I want to do it with native Android stuff. That is either Java or Kotlin. I do have a stream on using React Native. I think I have 2 actually. So if you're interested in React Native in particular, go check out that stream. Later, after this one, of course. So... back to our layout. It just says home, and we'll just leave that there. We have these other buttons at the bottom. I don't really care about them. I just chose the bottom navigation template in case we need other screens. It's already wired up to switch screens pretty easily, but we'll probably only use one view for now. Maybe we'll add like a settings thing in the future where you can set the port range and things like that. But for now, it's going to be very, very basic. Just to kind of make a minimum concept and make something usable, but something that we'll probably need some customization anyway. So we're going to need a scroll view. I'm pretty sure. I'm no Android master, but I'm pretty sure we need a scroll view. And what this is going to allow us to do is put in in here I plan on listing all the open ports that show up. Now if there's a whole bunch of ports, we want to scroll and keep going, so within this area, this whole region will scroll. So inside of the scroll view, I want a list. There should be a list widget around here somewhere. Containers. So David says, hey, I just want to say thank you for your work. Your streams are very helpful. I was wondering if you can tell what university you went to. I went to the University of North Texas. And thank you, by the way. Thank you. You're welcome. That they're helpful, and I'm glad they are. So let's see here. I'm looking for a list view. It's not a button. Widgets. What's the best way? So we've got the scroll view, but inside of there, I suppose a simple text view would work. A table layout, a linear layout. No, I don't need anything that complicated. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do now... Hold on, I'm gonna do a quick Google. Android list widget, list view? It is called a list view. Maybe I'm just missing it. Can I search? Let me search in the palette for list view. Oh, it's under legacy. List view. Does it say why it's legacy? Is it deprecated? Is there a better option? Let's see. Deprecate. No. Legacy? No. I don't see any of those here. So this is list view. Oh, and we're in the Kotlin one. Perfect. So here it is. List view. View group. Displays a vertically scrollable collection of views, where each view is positioned immediately below. So yeah, I'm gonna go a simpler route. I'm just going to do a text box. Not a text view. I'm gonna go with the multi-line text. Is that what I want? Let's see. /n test /n test /n. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. This multi-line text box will work. And I'm going to go ahead and put it there. And if we click down in the bottom left here, there's the component tree. And here we can make sure we're selecting the right elements. So here it says the view is not constrained. So over here you can set the view constraints, and you can tell it, like, if you hold it there, click there, it'll be fixed on that side. And here you can say create connection to the right. So I'm on the scroll view. Oh yeah, I want the edit text to be inside the scroll view. But I'm not sure if I need that linear layout. Okay, let's go with that. So it's telling me this view is not constrained, so I can tell it create a bind on the right, and we'll say margin right 8. I guess that's okay. And then on the top, let's do the same thing, and on the bottom, let's do the same thing and say 8 pixels on each. Okay, so now this should bind and look just fine, and it'll automatically expand depending on the screen size. just to test it out, let's give it a quick run and just make sure it looks okay for now. I'll load it up on the Nexus 5G phone I've got. And why don't we change the text here? I guess that's probably under resources, values, strings. Yeah, title home. And here, I'm in Vim mode, so I'm going to say change word. Oh, I guess I have to say change all word. CAW. And we'll just say port scanner. Okay, it's still loading up the emulator over here. We'll give that a second. And we'll see if I can't... Yeah, I don't think it wants me editing it while it's launching. I'll give it a second. It should only take a second to load up the first time, and then it should work pretty well. Yeah, so last night we were doing a simple native script app that got GPS coordinates. Okay, so now it's running, and we can see that the layout is now pretty messed up. So let's put the scroll view there in between the navigation and this message. And the message, no, I don't want to do that. Let me undo. Now see, the layouts is something that's still a little confusing to me here. So we've got wrap content. So there's all these little options you can choose. Like this is the margin that you want. And so right now I'm looking at the scroll view. Now let's see, what if I just try and drag it down a little bit? The problem I have here is the navigation is showing up there, where the navigation should be showing up at the bottom. So let me see if I can just pull it down. Well, let's see how it looks in here. Oh, actually it looks pretty good in here. And then I should be able to... Oh wait, where did it go? I think I cleared it out. Can I edit it? I'm trying to type in it. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, but... Okay, so I'm actually adding new lines to it. But they're all... Oh, there it is. You can see I'm scrolling through it. But the widget itself is, like, smushed up at the top. But... The navigation's at the bottom, which is good, and the banner is at the top, which is good too. So let's see here. Maybe what I had before was okay. Let me just Control S and save. Oh, there. That's actually looking better now too. Oh, I know what's happening when you push the keyboard up. When you push the keyboard, it's like pushing the whole widget up. So maybe my constraints aren't so good here. Now what is this complaining about? It's not a sibling in the same constraint layout. Yeah, I know they're not. I don't want them to be. Maybe that one really should be outside of both of those. So over here you can click the lightning bolt to apply the changes. Okay, it's restarting. It's restarting the... what do they call it? The activity. It should be restarting. Unless it crashed or so. Oh, it looks like it might have. play on the device. Alright, it should load up. And port scanner keeps stopping. Okay, so we can go down to our run tab and actually see what's going on here. Fatal exception. Linear layout cannot be cast. Constraint layout. Okay, so it really didn't like when I did that. Now, I'm not sure if I need to put the edit text inside of the layout or not. This view is not constrained. Okay, so let me go back and constrain it. Wait. Give me back. There it is. We'll say constrained to the left and the right, and the bottom, and the top. And maybe I can... So I think what this is going to do is say... Try to be this wide. Otherwise, just expand as much as you can. Let me see how this looks. Let's say force stop. Okay. And then let's try to run it again. Dark Gutter says, "Hey Nano, welcome back." Thank you. There we go. Yeah, this I don't like the way that text box like jumps up whenever you edit it, because then you can't see it. Oh wait, maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm okay. So I'm gonna okay. Copying and pasting is not very easy. I'm just going to add a bunch of text so that I can actually scroll through it. And I want to see how the scrolling layout works. Okay, so if I close this down again. So now, okay, good. So if all this stuff that we were looking at was the port scan information, it would act pretty much like we want it to. You'd get the list of all the available ports, you can scroll up and down, but you still see the top and the bottom navigation in case they do anything. And right now they don't do anything except activate, so... Good. And this little... we have a problem here though with this message. It's in the wrong spot. We don't want it there, so let's break this constraint on the top and the left, and see it's like it's tied to the middle. It wants to stay in the middle. Let's see if we can delete baseline constraint. There we go. Now let's drag it up here like that, where it should be. Now it's still you know, it looks like we don't need that linear layout. Maybe I should put it in there though. Maybe that'll help with some of the weird scrolling stuff. Okay, let's... when you save it, it should automatically apply the changes, I think. Maybe not, so I'm gonna go over here and see, is there a hotkey? Apply changes. Apply changes. There's no hotkey. I want to make one. Well, maybe in a minute. Okay. So how does this look? No, see, now the whole thing is scrolling. And that's not... I don't want that whole thing to scroll. and it's kind of overriding that port scanner label up there, and we don't really need it. It's kind of redundant, that little message, so let's just delete it. And this edit text is going directly into the scroll view. Linear layouts go on bye-bye. Wait. This still has to go inside the scroll view. And constrain it. Hold on. Scroll text should stick to the top. This one, yeah, should stick there. And actually, I don't want any padding there or on the bottom. Okay, I think we're almost done here with the layout. We won't have to mess with this anymore for a while. I just want to get this worked out. Okay, apply changes. Unresolved message. Did I delete? What happened here? Oh, I know what the problem is. It's because we deleted that. That message was the little element, was the actual text element, and so it's trying to update that element when you click the buttons, and we don't have it anymore, so that should be expected. But now it works okay. It should reload, and there it is. So kind of not exactly what we wanted though, so let's, oops. There it is. So let's close the keyboard and check it out. Does it scroll? No, it's almost long enough. Okay, scroll, 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 up top. You can see the top, you can see the bottom. Yeah, let's actually give it some padding at the bottom though. Apply changes. It's gonna lose all my text, isn't it? Yeah, it is. No? Okay, yeah, you can see it at the bottom though, but I'm still gonna add just a tiny bit more. And apply, and I think we're done. Except the constraints on this. Okay, that looks good. So now this little box that automatically, no, see, there is, it's only that wide. I want it to be wider. Why is it giving me so much trouble trying to resize that box? Oh, is it because they need to be in a layout? Or is it the other way around? Because it's not letting me put the layout in there. Does the scroll view need to be in the layout? No. I just need to figure out how to get the width of this thing. Let me see, view all attributes. Constraints, there it is. Now why couldn't I see the constraints on the main window? Is it just hidden somewhere? Constraints. I want the one where you have like the little box. Okay, end to end of parent, parent. Start to start, top to parent, okay. End to parent. What about the width? Layout width match parent? Yeah. Match the parent, but you're not. You're being too small. Is there a big padding on the inside of this one that I need to reduce? Let's see. Edit text inside scroll view width. Let's see if Google's got one for us. Here's an example. Linear layout inside scroll view. That's not quite what text and scrolling views. Constraint layout inside. Just place constraint layout inside scroll view. Is that what I should be doing? Oh, I think that's... Is it inside? It's not inside the scroll view. Is it not letting me? Undo, undo. Undo, 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 undo. Just place constraint layout inside scroll view. It doesn't want me to do that here. It's like, no, you can put it anywhere but the scroll view. Okay, well, I'm not going to get hung up on the width of that thing. We'll fix that later. I'm actually going to go into the code now. How do you open links in a new tab just by clicking? Well, you can do control click. Control click will open it in a new tab, but so will middle mouse click. Middle mouse click will also open a new tab. Okay, so this will give us the information we need. And now we can go back here. Where do we want to go? On create, do the navigation. I guess we'll also want to update some. What was it? Oh, we need to name our little text edge icon or whatever. Edit text? No, let's name it. Oops. Port scan result. Port scan results. No. Port scan results. That's what we're gonna call it. We are in the... Now hang on a second. Alt-Enter. Now shouldn't it be able to find it? The same way it had the... R? Is it in R? Is that why? R dot... Now why does it have trouble finding it? Having a brain freeze here. Let me go back make sure it's saved. ID, port scan results, activity main. Is it r.layout? Hold on, let's see. Visibility, there. Int, text. Is it because it's inside the scroll view? Do I need to access the scroll view first and say this dot scroll view dot port scan results? That's where it is. Dot set text. Hello /n, no results yet. Start a scan. And it's giving us a highlight, mouse over it, it says do not concatenate text displayed with set text, use resource strings with placeholders, Alt-Enter, to raw string literal? No. Use resource string. That's fine, I'll leave it like that for now. Oh, and there's no semicolon. At least there's no one needed. Okay, if we apply the changes and pull it open, then we should see, after it reloads, hopefully it should say, hello, no results, please start a scan. There we go. Hello, no results yet, please start a scan. Okay. Now, maybe we can have one of those buttons say, we'll say change all word, and it's going to say start scan. And I know the name is title dashboard, but whatever. Start scan. And then the navigation dashboard. We'll also want to, here is where we will, this dot scroll view to dot port scan results dot set text. Scan initiated dot dot dot, just to kind of make sure that we have our callback wired up properly. We'll make sure that it actually updates the text and can. My BG music is loud today. Maybe I'm quieter than usual. I'll knock it down to 5%. Okay. Now down here when we hit start scan, hopefully it should update this text. And it does. Scan initiated. And then this is where we would actually kick off the scan and start recording results. So this is where we're going to kick it off, but we're going to want to thread it. But before we thread it, let's just get it working with one port synchronously. So if we do Android socket, we should find some reference documentation about how to create a TCP socket. So let's see, we're at developer.android/reference/java/net/socket. I wonder if I can go to, what's up with my keyboard? Kotlin. No. Okay, we'll stay here, that's fine. So we want socket, and look at all these different constructors. We want creates an unsocket. Here, creates a stream socket, a TCP socket, and connects it to the specified port number and host. Okay, we'll have to figure out how to set the timeout, but that's the one we want. Okay, so let's go here, and it should say Alt-Enter, import Java socket. Is that the one? We'll jump up to the top here. Yeah, this is a Java net socket. Okay. And the host, in this case, why don't we just try devdungeon.com? And the port, an int, why don't we try 80? It should be up, right? And then we'll store it as a sock. Create local variable sock, and from here we can say sock is connected. Oops. Now I don't like the way the Vim mode does the home. It goes all the way to the beginning. Now I'm not 100% on the Kotlin if. Does it need parentheses? I think it'd tell me if it didn't. If sock is connected, then this scroll view port scanner results set text 80 connected. Else we will say 80 not connected. Do it. Do the thing. Come back. Apply changes. It should restart. Maybe I have to push the button again. Scan initial. Oh, no, it's restarting now. Unless it just crashed because I pushed the button. Quite possible. Now, I haven't given it the internet permission. I probably need to go into the manifest file and give it the permission for let's say uses permission internet. Boom, like that. I think that's all we need to do. That should give it internet permission. Okay, hello, no results. Push the button. Is it gonna crash? Yes. Close. Let's go to the run log. Fatal exception. Networking. Is it because I didn't run it in a thread? Or is it because of the permission problem? Processed port scanner. Network on main thread. So this is a network. IP, inet address, get all by name. Yeah. I have a feeling that it didn't like not having the internet permission. But now that I added that, hopefully that will fix it. Otherwise we'll have to do some more debugging. Okay, running. Now start port scan. And crash. That's fine. Let's just do some debugging. Now, let's add a breakpoint here. Breakpoint here. Here, here. and here. So let's see, I suspect this line will work just fine. This line will work, and then this one's gonna crash because it's like it's not ready. It needs to be called more asynchronously, I think. Oh wait, I should have chosen debug mode, but it's okay. I think I can say attach debugger to Android process, and it will connect to the running process. And now if I go back and push the button, it should run until the breakpoint, which it does. Now we can see it stopped here. And we can see all the variables and everything. And our debug controls are over here, so I'm going to say continue. Step over, I think there should be a continue. Yeah, here it is. Resume program, and it should stop at the next breakpoint. There it is, it stopped. No crash yet. Does this line cause it to crash? Resume program, F9. Okay, F9. And we got the crash. Wait, right? Yeah, it's done, it crashed. But it didn't actually give me... That gave me less information when it crashed than the other one, which actually gave me the whole stack trace. Okay, so I ran it directly with the debugger this time, so maybe it'll catch it better instead of me attaching it after the fact. Okay, click, crash. Oh, no, it didn't crash yet, it's just paused. So we're going to say F9 resume. Okay, it paused here. F9 resume. Crash. Okay. So let's take this one. And let's see what it says. Let's make sure I got the permission right. Make sure I put it in the right place. And the syntax is right. Yeah, it's a single thing with a close at the end. Outside the application tag inside your Android manifest. Yeah, I think it would complain if it was in the wrong spot, so... Outside the application, yeah, uses permission. Permission internet. Okay, so this error, it's calling socket, inet address, v6, it's trying to do a v6 lookup. That shouldn't be a problem, it should be okay. Oh, here it is, Android block guard policy. Strict mode. Maybe there's something going on with this strict mode. Strict mode, Android, disable. What is strict mode? Strict mode is a developer tool which detects things you might be doing by accident and brings them to your attention. Strict mode is most commonly used to catch accidental network access on the application's main thread where UI operations are received. Keeping disk operations off the main thread, yeah, so that's what it's telling me. I should be threading it. So, Android socket example. Let me see if I can grab a quick socket and thread example in one. Oh, they actually created a whole class. A whole async class. Let's see if I can avoid that. Actually, it's just the regular Java socket example, so let's see here. I think I have some threading examples in Java already. In my cookbook. Java threads. Source. Thread pool. Yeah, this should be helpful. Run thread, thread pool, thread subclass. Run thread, thread subclass. Okay, so this is how you make a subthread, this is how you run it, and this is how you run it if you have a thread pool, which we'll probably do in a little bit, so we can actually scan a bunch of ports at once. Okay, I'm going to copy this and see, well, you know, I wonder if there's an Android specific way of doing threads. They probably have their own thread manager library. Threads, when an application's launched, thread. Do not block the UI thread. Yeah, I was just doing that for testing, but if it's not even going to let me, that's okay. Worker threads. Because the single-threaded model, it's vital to have background and worker threads. However, note, you cannot update the UI from any thread other than the UI main thread. To fix this problem, Android offers several ways to access the UI thread from other threads. Activity run on UI thread. Runnable. View post runnable. Let's see here. To access the UI from other threads. Activity run on UI thread. I'm trying to understand exactly what's going on here. So on our click, let's try the Java one first. So on the click, you got the new thread start. Okay, so that's what we're doing. But inside of this thread, which is another thread, we need to access the UI thread. So the way, here's the task that they're doing. And then image view. Where's image view coming from? Is that supposed to be this? Is that kind of a typo? Is it supposed to just be the V? Let's just see what the Kotlin one looks like. Oh, I guess they're within the same class, so it's just assuming it's accessible. So which one they're doing? Post? Okay, so they're basically calling the UI thread here. View.post. Oh! Where'd you go? Jeez, that page. Okay, view post. There we go. Don't touch anything. Don't go anywhere. No. It jumped out like 10 pages. Control F, post. Jeez, these pages are not... They're jumping all over the place on me. And they load pretty slow. And you see how they just keep like popping open and like jumping around? Stop jumping around. I'm not even touching anything. Okay, I wanted to look at that post function. Please. Please. Post. Okay, now I'm going to click on it once. Great. This is all I wanted. Added an API level 1 post. Okay, so this is on a view. Now let me check something in a different one here. What I want to look up in this one is no, so let's go back here. Let me close this. And layout. So what do we have here? We have the scroll view. And this one here is what was it? An edit text view. Text view. Okay, so these are views. So these views should have post methods. And then in the post method is where you pass the callback. Okay. Wait, where did it go? Post. Causes the runnable to add it to the queue. The runnable will be run on the user interface thread. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back to our main code here. Let's turn off some of these breakpoints. And let's turn this into a thread. So I think we're actually going to need a new Kotlin class. And we'll call this one a port scan class. So if we go back here, yeah, you need, when you create a thread, you need extend thread. Extends thread. Oh, that's not how you do it. Colon. Colon? Okay, now I should have to import thread, or what is it? Java lang thread. Oh, add constructor parameters for wait a second. Oops. Closed, wrong thing. Hold on a second. Kotlin thread example. Let me get a good reference here. Coroutines? Is this going to give me something different than threads? Let's see here. Too many things open now. So the socket, let's see examples. Android socket example. I wonder if they have, let's see. If they have an example, they might have one that already includes the thread stuff, because I'm having some Kotlin issue here. Kotlin extend class. Okay, what's the syntax here? This type has a constructor and thus must be initialized here. That looks a little weird to me. Does that look weird to y'all? I guess I can make that bigger. Kotlin thread example. I'm not sure if I'm regretting choosing Kotlin now instead of Java. No? See? Oh, is it because I have to do... I think that's why. My syntax was wrong here. Let me do undo, 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 undo. Wait, redo? How do you redo? Oops. Thread, and then you have to do quote, parentheses. That's why. Okay, and then... Yeah, sorry PyCharm, go away. Public override, that's what you have to do. Okay, now we're looking much better. So this is where we would actually do our port scan, so we can rip out this code. We'll do delete, paste, paste. Control Alt L to format, and over here we can do Alt Enter to import, and now I don't have access to the view. Is that something I'm supposed to pass in the constructor? Because I need to call... I need to call post on the port scan result thing. I can't just import it. They're using async task to avoid strict mode fatal. Okay, so maybe async task is a better way to do it. Public class async extends async task string TCP client. I've never used the async task. Shut down. This async task we are creating, TCP client object. In the constructor we are passing the handler. On progress update. TCP client. Okay, so let's see. So how are they calling it then? Example of how the widget is updated. Yeah, that looks worse. Now where I had a nice page open, I lost it. Strict mode, Android, red. Yeah, now where did I click on from in here? Example code to enable, okay. Example code to enable from early in your application. Set thread policy. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to change the policy. I want to avoid strict mode error Android. Let's see what they're doing here. Okay, so this is an Android socket example from Java Code Geeks. Gosh, look at all these pop-ups. This is insane. Jeez. Okay. Let's get to the socket part. Oh, it's a server socket. Well, that's okay. Extends activity. On create set content view. Okay, so that's actually the UI. Wait a second. R. Do I have access? I don't have access to R. Do I? Code for the client. Okay, so we got client. Uses permission internet. Uses permission access network state. I might need that one too. I don't think so though. On create set content view new thread. Okay. Client thread. Now client. Oh, see, they are making it a subclass. This is what I was wondering. They actually make it a subclass, and when you do that, then you actually have access to the higher level stuff. So let me see, if I put that in here, now inside of here I should have access to this dot scroll view, or rather parent. Oh shoot, how would you get the parent? Parent isn't a keyword, is it? I guess, can I yank, paste? Can I pass it in? So here when I say like they did here, new thread, what I call it was a port scan. Okay, so that's going to create one instance of my thread here, and I should be able to... That's not where I want to put it, is it? Kotlin constructor example. In it? Okay, so I can put it in here. Did I do that backwards? Kind of. Okay. Delete that word. Insert. Paste. I think when it import, there we go. Oh, does this not... Oh, what am I doing? Scroll view 2. Do I need to store it locally like that? Yeah, well, move to constructor? I thought that's what I did. I see, I guess not. I needed to say val there. Got it. So, will this work now? Will this kick off a thread? Oh yeah, so now I need to pass in this dot scroll view 2. Okay, so now we're passing it into the thread so that it can call post, actually, is what we need to do. It's called post. Oops. Delete. Okay, and then inside post we need to pass it a new runnable. And inside of that, I don't know. That's... Oh, I'm still kind of getting used to this Vim mode inside of the JetBrains thing. I'm trying it out. And it's... Hey, Ken Bailey! Hey man, it's been a while since we chatted. It's good to see you around. How's stuff going with you, Mr. Bailey? Create a runnable, and inside there we're going to say crawls port scan results.set text. And we're going to say 80 is open. And I guess I want to copy this whole block here. Yank, paste, delete, format, close parenthesis, test, run, you glorious port scanner. And don't crash. Actually run. Hey, it worked! Look at that! We're done. Thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. 80 is open. Alright. Okay, so we can kind of say we wrote a port scanner. Now we need to actually make it a little more useful, don't we? Why don't we try, just to confirm it's actually working, why don't we try a port that should be closed? I'm hoping I don't find out it's suddenly open. And in fact, why don't we, in here, why don't we also take the val port number as in number? Is it an integer? Oh jeez, int? Help me out, Kotlin int? Oh, is it a capital I? Int. Got it. Okay, so this is going to be port number. And then here, same thing. Can we do... In Kotlin, can I do... It looks like I can. Convenient. Port number is closed. Okay, and in fact, I don't want to just set the text. I want to set the text to the existing text and plus a new line plus that. Oh, it doesn't like that. Why doesn't it like that? Unresolved reference. How do you join strings in Kotlin if that's not it? Kotlin string concat. Dot plus, is that really how you do it? No. The simplest way is the plus? Hold on, so is it not actually a string? Use property access syntax? Oh. Dot text. Why is it complaining? Let me try something. Let me try putting them in a separate variable. Var new message equals. Yeah, this Vim mode is taking some getting used to in here. Because it doesn't work exactly like you expect. It's kind of a mix of Vim and normal hotkeys. So new message is going to be scroll view dot port scan results dot get text. Let's say get text plus something. Yeah, see, it doesn't like that. I don't get why it has Kotlin can't add string. Do I need to do something like this? Oh, that actually does work better. Plus, what else are we adding? The new, we'll say, port number is open. Period, close, done. Set text to the new message. No colon needed. I guess it probably wants val. Change to val. Change to val. Save. What about this one? Do not concatenate with set text use. Well, it didn't complain about this one. Copy. Paste. See, there's like two different clipboards too. Okay, delete this. New line. So Control C, Control V. No, Control V doesn't work. Insert mode, Control V. No, it doesn't work. Highlight Y for yank. Control V doesn't work. P, paste, that works. Okay. Now is closed. Okay, so now we can give it a whole bunch of ports to do. So we could do something like for... How do we do a range in Kotlin? For port in 2280, 443, 8080, 9999. Yeah. So how do we do something like that in Kotlin? Kotlin array iterate for. Yeah, give me an example of a for loop. For item in collection. Okay, that's it. Some parentheses. Is that all you need? Alt enter. Let's see. That's an array of ints. And maybe I can just pass it into that. Size. Array int Kotlin initialize. Yeah, let's see. How do I create it? Int array of. Got it. Change word. Int array of. Awesome. There we go. Now I can just say, put that in there. And we also here need to say the port number. Port. Boom. Now it's going to scan through all of those ports for us. Where are we at? An hour and 18 minutes? Start scan. That worked great. Okay, so it actually econ refused copy. We need to wrap that the way it's handling the fail. Here we don't just need this else here. We actually need to wrap this in like a try. And we need to catch econ refused. Delete. Paste that there. Put all of that inside there, even though I don't think we actually need any of this else. And instead what we're going to do is copy that. Yeah, so it's like Control-C doesn't do anything anymore. Copy, Control-C, copy, and right-click and paste, Control-V. Yeah, those don't really work in the Vim mode. Let's see. Kotlin try catch. Let me make sure I got the syntax right. Catch. Okay, here it is. The exception econ refused. Import. No. I'll try just any exception. Port number is closed error. Okay. And just to see if this one ever does get run, why don't we leave it here and we'll say is not connected. That way there's a clear distinction. Like, if this case ever gets run, I don't think it will, but maybe it will. Maybe it will. So let's leave both those cases open. So now if we run it, I think it will behave better, and it won't crash. It will properly report if a port is closed. Hello, no scan results yet. Start a scan. We're gonna click Start Scan. Scan initiated. Look at that. Look at it go. Oh, that's so beautiful. And this should be thread safe because What we're calling here is post, and that's going to queue up the threads. So they're gonna go one at a time updating the things. So I want to change a couple things here. I want to take this back out, and I do want to put it back here. And instead of the scroll view, I want the whatever this port scan one is called. What is this one? Port scan, edit text. Okay. I want the edit text, and that's going to be called the results. And then let me hear. Oh, it won't let me rename? Oh, I guess. Well, that's okay. It's going to be results. Yeah, shift insert. No, yeah, the pasting and stuff is all messed up. I'm gonna change something. I want to turn the Vim mode plugin off, actually. I guess what I should do is this, colon, in Vim I do colon S slash scroll view 2 dot port scan results. Yeah, I gotta get used to this. Delete word, delete all word, delete everything inside the quotes. Alright, results. Dot text. Another one here. It's not the most efficient way, and normally you just right click refactor and it would change everything for you, but it was having trouble getting the references. Okay, so that should be good now, and I guess that's kind of redundant, and that's not needed, and neither is that one. Okay, so back here, instead of this one, we're going to say this is scroll view 2 dot port scan results. Okay. And I can clean up some of these that aren't used anymore. So there's all the logic that really kicks off all the port scans. And I'm going to delete that because that's not really necessary. Apply the changes. And then we're going to check it out. This is pretty close to the final product that I'm going for tonight. We're going to maybe give it a network range or something, but it's meant to be more kind of a template. So like, I'm not going to go in and add a bajillion features to it tonight, but maybe I'll leave this tab open to store settings and the ranges. So maybe you can configure all the ranges, and then go back here and then hit scan, and then clean it all up like that. Okay, so one thing I need to do here first actually too is clear out the text. This dot scroll dot port scan, oops, port scan results dot set text, and let's clear it out. So then we don't leave this message that says, hello, please start a scan. There we go. Now I pressed it again. Now we just see open, close. Yeah, so let's change this to just closed. We'll just say not available. Remove curly braces. Okay, I guess it doesn't recommend them here. Okay. Apply changes. Try it out. Restart. Boom. Look at that. So we could do several things from here. We could have it scan every port and then only report the open ones. In fact, why don't we do that? So let's see, yeah, here we go, 4.1. Okay, cool, so let's do port 1 through 65535. Let's just do every port on a machine. So in our main one, we'll say for this in... I want to save this code in case I want it later. So I'm going to store that as commonly used ports. And even though it's not complete, I might use it later, and then we can say for port in commonly used ports. For now, I'm just going to say port 1 in 1 da here. I suppose. What is this? Expression 65535. I'll type int cannot be invoked as a function. For I in 1 blank. For I in 1. Oh. Close parentheses. Now, there's only one thread. No, wait. It's actually going to kick off... Oh, geez. It's going to kick off 600... It's going to kick off 65,000 threads. And that's not what we want, actually. So let's see. We have this example here with the thread pool. Okay, so why don't I copy this? I want to copy that. Make some space. Paste it. Oh. Java code, do you want to convert it to Kotlin? Yes, I do. It did barely look like it changed. Okay, Alt-Enter, import. And this here is going to be new. And actually, because that is a thread... Hold on a second. Comment all that out. We actually don't even need this extra thread wrapper, right? Because this is a thread. It is a thread class, so we don't need to create a thread and pass it to thread. So that was totally redundant, I think. Just to make sure, I'm going to reapply it. It's hot swapping. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, geez. Yeah, it was... I think it just kicked off 65,000 threads and crashed. Was this it, or was... Yeah. Waiting for... Couldn't allocate. Yeah, I think it ran out of memory because it tried to create too many threads. Okay. Why don't we try... Oh! I just accidentally pressed some keys and like deleted everything. Let's see, clear this up. Undo, undo, undo. There we go. Okay, so let's try it with just 2 ports. And just to confirm that this part still works, even though we've removed that thread wrapper around it. Yeah, there it is, good. Open NA, okay. And let's say we only want to report the open ones. So we won't do anything on the errors for now. We'll just comment it out in case we want to bring it back later, or make that like a toggleable setting, because we don't want to flood the output with closed ones. Okay, so let's go back here. We want this executor service. Let's uncomment it. Control-Alt-L to format. This is, it's kind of still a mix of Java and stuff, that's why it's confused. Okay, so in Kotlin we say val executor equals executors dot new fixed thread pool. And we'll give it, I don't know, 16 threads? And why don't we say none threads? And here we'll say private none threads equals 16? Is that not how you do it? Oh, I was doing it in the wrong file. No, wait a second. No, that's the right file. Private val. That's what I needed. There we go. Number of threads is now at least a variable. And then okay, so then we're going to have the worker. So we're going to say the worker is a port scan. In fact, we can just copy this one. But we don't want to call start. We just want to create the object. Oh no. You see the clipboard's all weird? Okay, so we'll have to do like this. Yank. Paste. Then we've got the worker. And then we pass the worker to the thread pool. And then we tell it to shut down. Okay, so this executor needs to get created before we do our loop. And then this code, this code here needs to go inside here. This can go away. Okay, so now, so now we're going to pass it all of these thread objects. It's going to create all of them, but it's only going to execute 16 at a time. And then it's going to wait until they're all done. So we'll see if it can even handle that memory-wise. Let's run it and see if that even works. Start. Yeah, look how slow it's already going. It's already like, what? Allocating a bajillion memory slots. Actually, we should be able to... Oh yeah, a resource failed to call close. Oh, do I need to call close? Yeah, do I need to say sock.close? I think I might need to explicitly close it like that. Yeah, look at the way it's just like, I can't even allocate all of those. Can I kill it? Stop. 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 Yeah, it's not happy. Let's give it some time. No, don't save the state. Just close. Power off. Okay, well... There we go. Well, that was a little much, I suppose. So... how can we have it go through those better? I guess what we could do... I guess we could probably check... how many tasks it has. Like, we can say like, hey, if you're at max, then wait. Thread pool Java executor wait. Use countdown latch. Using a countdown latch to signal the completion of a task, we can initialize with the value. Invoke all. Executor complete. These are all different potential options for solving this, it looks like. Java thread executor, get count of current threads. Let's see. Get active count and get queue size. Get active count and get queue size. Okay, one of those sounds helpful. So it was... No. Thread pool executor. We're not using a thread pool executor, we're using a concurrent executor. Let's see. Get. Nothing. There's nothing. What was the other one? Get queue? No, it didn't have anything like that either. Use a thread pool executor implementation. Okay, let me try deleting these imports. Thread pool executor. Thread pool executor. None of the following ones match. What do we see? Int, long. Okay, they have a bunch of different constructors. I gotta look it up. Thread, pool, executor, Java. Okay, constructor summary. Core pool size, maximum pool size, keep alive time. Okay, hold on. Thread pool executors equals core pool size. What is going on? 4. Maximum is going to be num threads. Keep alive time. 3000. I'm guessing it's seconds. Hopefully it's milliseconds, I mean. Is that enough? Time unit. And a blocking queue. I gotta give it all that crap. Hey, Mohammed Reza Parash just subscribed. Awesome. Thread pool executor. Yeah, give me an example here. You can just cast it like that? Okay, okay. I can dig that. Oh no. Delete. Copy. Paste. Awesome. Copying and pasting from Stack Overflow. Like this. Oh, how do you cut what's going on? Cut that out. Thread pool executor. Import. Now what is it? Mismatch type. Okay, now can we cast it like that? Okay, hold on. Kotlin cast. How do you typecast? See, in Java they're saying just do this. And you just cast it to a thread pool executor. Kotlin thread pool executor. Maybe there's some little trick. Yeah, executors. So how do you get it as a new fixed thread pool? Shoots, come on. Thread pool executor from Android. Let's see what they've got. An example? No, that would be too easy. Thread factory. No. Is this what I do? Maybe I need to do that to a thread pool executor. Ultimately, I just want it to wait. I don't want to queue. I don't even want to queue up all of those jobs. Thread pool executor Java wait. Okay, thread pool executor, how do they create it? Thread pool executor. They're creating it? No, they're not creating it, it's getting passed in. So there must be another file that actually passes it in. No. Interesting. Yeah, you got to give it all this stuff in the constructor. I don't want to mess with all that. Not right now. So maybe we'll just give it the commonly used ports for now. I'll tackle the trying to do everything maybe a little later. And we can obviously change those later too. Yank. Okay. Yank. Delete. Yeah, this Vim mode it's shady because it's got such a weird mix. Such a weird mix of keybinds that work. Okay, so 2080 443, what, 3306, 21, and anything else we want to throw in there? 25, 53. That sounds good for now. Run. Run on the Nexus 5, that sounds good. Oh, it's got to restart because it totally crashed. I hope it is. It looks like it's starting up fresh and it's not just trying to load up the state it had before. Okay, we'll give that a minute to load up. So in the meantime, let's talk about what's left. Do we even have a README on this project? We don't. New file. We'll do readme.rst. Let's see. Let's go to the plugins. There should be a restructured text plugin. That one should be okay. Postpone. Okay, so we've got, what is this one? Port scanner? Android port scanner. And simple Android port scanner written in Kotlin. Live coding of this app. Let's link to the live stream. Copy link. Paste. Source code, let's make a repository. New repository, dev dungeon. Say Android port scanner. Simple port scanner for Android written in Kotlin. Create repository. Let's copy this HTTPS link and put it here. And why don't we just make them headings? Live coding of this app. I guess that's it. There's really not much we need to say. Terminal, get status, get init, get remote add origin, that, get status. Okay, so it set up some good ignores. I'm okay with that. Okay, so we're going to commit it. Stable working app. Actually, one thing I do want to do is back in the port scanner, I do want to turn, since we're only doing a few ports, we're not doing like 65,000 of them, I do want to turn back on these comments, or the negative results. Okay, scan. Uh-oh, it's gonna crash again because I didn't hit apply changes. If I hit apply changes now, will it stop at what it's doing? Yeah, it did, good. Reinstalled the APK, good. Now this one shouldn't crash and burn so hard. So if I click start scan, it should... No, it's... Oh, you know what? Maybe I really did... Oh no, what happened here? Where did I leave this off? I left this in a weird state. Because we're still trying to use the thread executor. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe I really did need that wrapper for thread here. No, that's still having some serious problems. The application may be doing too much work in its main thread. Oh, yeah. It's locking up right here. That's what the problem is. Do I even need to wait? What happens if I take out and I remove that wait? Hey, see you again. That worked much better. Much better. That's why it was locking up. Okay, let me try something now. Let's try this. Let's say 1.65535. Alright, let's give that a shot again. Now that we're not locking up the main frame, let's see if it can handle it. Come on. Oh, look at it. It managed to start. Look, it's like, it's so locked up though. It's like, it hasn't even registered the button click. That's got, okay, let's open the profiler. The profiler's got to be like CPU at 1000%. Yeah, look at that. Even the profiler's like, sorry. This thing is running too slow. I can't even connect to it. Especially if it's only running 10 at a time. You know, it should... I'm gonna go refill my water and take a stretch. I'm gonna let this run for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now, where were we? Okay, this is still going. It's time to kill it. Actually, first, let's see if I can pull up my activity monitor. Let's see how hard it's slamming the computer. CPU percent. It's not that bad, actually. That's probably as much CPU percent as it can get on the VM. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop. Yeah, so doing all the ports is a bit much. It's understandably too much. Let's give it a second to shut down. So what are some of the next steps with this thing? I would say one. Okay, so maybe to do items in the third tab, have editable settings. For example, the IPs or range to scan, the list of ports to scan, and what else? I think that would almost be it. Because then if you had in the third tab, you could go into the third tab and say, you know, these are the configurations, then go back to the first tab and then click scan. And so in order to do that, what to change third tab title to settings? What, change the icon of third tab? And then when third tab is pressed, load new layout, load settings layout. Okay, let's try closing it on this side. There we go. Okay. Now let's go back to the commonly used ports here. Okay. That should work a lot better. Let's kick it open and get it back. Let's also go back to here. Why don't we change that one to settings? Oops. And here we'll call this one title settings. This one will refactor as title start scan. Title home can stay the same. App name can stay the same. All that looks fine. Oh, is it? It's still locked up? Aww. Okay, I think if we click the play button again, it will force a reinstall. Let's see. Oh, it says offline. Yeah, it's not in a very good state. That's okay, we'll leave it alone for a minute. Why don't we try closing it again? Pop open AVD Manager and see if we can start it fresh. No, see, I don't want it to load the state. I want it to load fresh. Cold boot. That's what I can do. Exit, close it. I can say cold boot, which should not use the stored state. Cold boot requested by user. Okay, now we should see the Google loading thing. Yeah, okay, good. So let's kind of recap. We've got our little port scan class that's going to do the port scan. And let's change this to a variable called host. And we'll take that up here too. We'll say val host, which is going to be a string. And then come back here. We'll have to fix this one so it says, well, in this case, I'll just set it up here with this one. Okay. Actually, I'm curious again now. If I need this thread, because this is a thread, so I shouldn't have to do it again. So now that we're only using a couple ports, let's try it all out again. Okay, so now this one says settings. That's fine, it doesn't actually change anything. Start scan, boom, there it is. And yes, when we toggle the start scan, it shouldn't really switch like that. So there's a lot of little UI cleanup things we could do, but I wonder what happens if we return false here. Now if we click it, is it gonna... Nice! There we go. So now start scan does not change the active one to start scan. It's just kind of a one-off thing now. And settings will switch. That's fine. Start scan will start the scan every time. Good. Now... let's see. Why don't we swap some of these? So... oops, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. I want to modify this navigation. Menu at menu navigation. Android source menu resources menu navigation.xml. Resources menu navigation.xml. Aha, here it is. Here's the menu. So let's see. Icon for start scan. Oh, look at all those. Look at all these options. How about play? Color? Pink. Settings. Why don't we put the settings in front of it? Let's rename it from navigation notifications to navigation settings. And the icon for settings, what would be a good one for settings? It's hard to see them. Let me look close. None of them look good. Why don't we just go with a random one? Menu more, sure. Settings start scan. No, why don't we put them back that order? Navigation start scan. Hopefully this will break everything. Home, 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 home. Okay. Apply changes. Compilation error. Yeah, there was some references that got broken, it looks like. Yeah, so navigation dashboard is now navigation start scan. And navigation notification is now navigation settings. Ugh. Alright, was that it? Looking good, looking good. Restarting. Oh, it's not a big pink play button. Okay. Start scan. So what's up with that icon? Start scan icon. Oh, that's why. I just did a blank color. I thought I was changing the color of the icon, but I wasn't. Okay, yeah. Port scanner, start scan, settings. Okay, so now when we click on the settings, we want to go into our main activity code. This is where we want to change the layout. Android navigation, swap layout. Now let's see, I don't want to reload the whole activity or send it to a whole new activity. I only want it to swap out this middle piece. Let me see if I can get an idea. What are people saying? Use fragment. You can find an example here. Android fragments. A fragment represents a portion that runs within an activity. Jeez, look at all these pop-ups again. What a terrible, terrible site. Java Code Geeks. My goodness. Fragments. Create the fragments. Get fragment, replace. I see. Yeah, so that's where we would say replace. So maybe we can just say, if we go back to the main activity, scroll view to dot replace. Can we just do something like that? Scroll view to dot replace. No, it didn't work. Android swap out elements, swap out views. Is that what I'm doing? No, okay, yeah. Fragments are what I need. Fragments are what I should be using. That, oops. That's a little out of scope for tonight, though. I'm not going to bother with that. I'll leave that as like an additional feature that you can add, but let's also do this. So instead of setting it to Dex, just nothing, we'll say scan results for, and then we'll add the host, another new line, and then maybe a little separator. Oh. Oh, I left in that when I shouldn't have. This will be like replace screen fragments with settings. Okay. Start scan. Boom. Scan results for devdungeon.com. And then it tells us which ones are open. Good deal. This will lock up UI thread. Alright, so it's not perfect. Let's see, new icon, new image asset. I want this to be a launcher. I'm gonna give it a file. Let's see, I should have a dev dungeon. I should have like a dev dungeon logo somewhere. Pictures. Lettermark. It's really low resolution, but that'll work. Super low resolution. That's okay though. Name, IC launcher. Some files will be overwritten. That's fine. Yeah, I want to override the launch. That's okay. Launcher, home black. What are these? Those are fine. I don't think we're using them anymore, but it's okay. So now that I swapped out that icon, now if we look, there we go. Now we can see port scanner, and we've got our special logo. We can open the port scanner, click start scan, boom, scan results, there we go. Later on we'll add the settings. I still need to figure out why it's not being wide enough. And I need to mess with the constraint layouts and figure out why it's not stretching all the way to the right. Add the settings and stuff like that, but you know, for the most part, you've got a nice template. So like, let's say you were doing some bug bounty testing or whatever, and you needed to do it. Like, you'd have to go recompile this, but you've got all the code to do it. And until you can add the settings and make it a little more flexible, then it's kind of locked in with the code here, but that's okay. It's okay for this example. I feel like this is a good achievement for the night for 2 hours and 22 minutes already. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'd like to do a part 2 and actually make this better and add some of these features that I was talking about. So where did I put this? These two dudes here. I'm going to put these into the README. Let's see. Files. What? Oh, I put it in there. I want it there. To do change third-party settings to tab, load settings layout fragment, okay, cool. So we'll leave that little to do. Git status. Let's use the built-in version control thing they have though. So we'll do window version control. Control K is commit. Okay, so yeah, here we've got all the files that changed, and we can confirm. Okay, yeah, we added the README. We added our main files. These files changed. Yeah, we modified those. All those look good. Commit message. Latest, stable, barely working app. Author. That should automatically pick up my settings. Commit. Not 9 warnings. Oh, did the whole thing just crash on me? No. Warnings, redundant, SAM. Oh yeah, forget those warnings, I don't care. Okay. So wait, where's version control? Push, git, push, Control Shift K. Okay, Control K will commit, Control Shift K will push. And yep, go ahead and push up to master. So now if we check this out, we should see some code. There we go. Oh. What happened? Git, commit. Now there's more. I don't get it. Why didn't they commit? Oh, I hit review instead of commit, that's why. Okay. Control Shift K. Control Shift K to push. Refresh. There we go, now we've got our README. And a link to the repo itself. A to-do with some things to do. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to do, build bundles APK, build APK. There we go. Locate the APK. I'm going to rename this to port scanner. Scanner 0.1.0. Copy that over to my home folder. And over here, I want to just attach it for, in case I ever want to grab a copy of it. We'll do releases. Create a new release. 0.1.0. Barely working Android APK. Barely works. Use at your own risk. Attach binaries. And what did I call it? Port scanner? Port scanner APK. Okay. So now we have an APK that we can at least use. Now, I don't expect this will install because that should have built the ARM version, and I'm running the x86 emulator here. So if I try and install that APK on here, it shouldn't work. Where is it? Our port scanner. Okay. Install. It's going to say failed. Oh, it worked? Interesting. Did it build? Now I wonder if that built the 86 version instead of the ARM one. here's what I'll do. Let me attach my phone. Attach, connect. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try copying this over to my actual phone. And then install it. Alright, let me try installing this. Port scan APK. Do I want to install? Yes. Installing. App installed. Oh, you know what? I suppose if it's a Dex file, it's kind of independent. Yeah. It just worked. It just ran on my phone. So it ran on the phone, and I mean it's running here too, so that's good. Alright, I think we can call that a success. We did some good stuff here when it comes to figuring out how the threads work, doing the thread executors, handling some callbacks, doing some Kotlin stuff. So just kind of a quick recap of the code. We've got two main files doing all the work. We've got main activity, which is tied to this layout that we did. And that's got basically one function here to handle the button clicks on the bottom. So that's handling the button clicks down here on these nav items. And then we have a class, and that's where we're doing our thread executors. Then we have a class called port scan. And that's the one that's actually taking care of the socket connections and testing to see if a TCP port's open. Property results could be private. Okay, I'll make those all private, why not? Redundant SAM constructor. Remove redundant constructor. Okay. Okay, now what is it complaining about? Lambda argument should be moved out of parentheses. Okay. Cool. Well, that's even cleaner. Can't complain about that. Should we still make sure it works? Everything still looks good. That line can go away. These lines can go away too. Oh, here it is, set content view. Maybe that's what we could copy here. Yeah, so one thing I need to figure out here is... Oh yeah, I guess we can get rid of that text. Period. Missing auto hints attribute. Yeah, there's something wrong with the way it's... It should stretch all the way to the right. Layout height, match parent, layout width, match parent. Constraints. Horizontal bias. Oops. I was just trying to see, is there anything... Oh, maybe this is it. Layout margin. Yeah. I don't need a giant margin like that. Now, where are those? There we go. Okay. 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 Layout margin. Okay. Does that help? Now that it doesn't have like a 200 pixel margin on it? No, it still looks terrible. Why do you not want to be all you can be? Center. Oh no. Top. Fill horizontal. Fill vertical. Save. Will that help? No. Width. No. Okay, so wait, maybe it's the scroll view that has some huge margin problems. Match constraint. Layout width. Match constraint. Layout margin. Those look okay. Padding looks okay. We'll do some padding at the top too. Theme. Okay. Let's see if that looks any better. It doesn't look like it. It still looks thin. Scroll view. Let's see. So this is a constraint layout. This edit texture dude Android layout height equals wrap content. Match parent wrap content. Yeah, I'm still not sure why this one's not. Let's see, if I go down to width. Yeah, I'm out of the desire to fix that for now. So we'll have to fix that, but see that non-match parent. See, why does it think its parent is only that wide? I don't know. I'll have to do some review on Android layouts and how to properly do a scroll view and expand this inside of it. Layout gravity. Oh yeah, I was messing with this. Fill vertical. Layout gravity right. Yeah, I'm not sure how all these work. Fill horizontal doesn't really seem to be helping though. Center horizontal doesn't do anything either. Yeah, I have a feeling this text view doesn't go well inside of a scroll view. That's okay. Alright. Well, that's that for now. If you guys want to go check out the code, it's up on Dev Dungeon Android Port Scanner. If you're not on the Discord server already, come over to devdungeon.com, and in the right sidebar, there's a big button that says Join Me on Discord, right above the link to buy my book, Security with Go. You can go to youtube.com/devdungeon. Make sure you subscribe to get in on the daily streams. Go to github.com/devdungeon for all the code. And with that, I hope you all have a good night. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you all tomorrow.